Seahawks fans, buckle up, because what's brewing behind the scenes could flip everything upside down. The defense is starting to take shape, the offensive line is still under construction, and the wide receiver room has basically been torn down to the studs. In the middle of it all, Mike Macdonald is moving the chess pieces with cold precision. There's a new face arriving hungry for reps, vets out to silence the doubters, and a name circling the radar that, if it hits, could turn this offense into a nightmare for any defense. Stick around till the end, because what's coming could shake everything up. And hey, if you're a true 12, smash that like button, hit subscribe if you haven't already, and turn on the bell so you don't miss a single bombshell this offseason. This is hot off the locker room info, coming straight to your feed. This is the dawn of a new era in Seattle under Mike Macdonald, and it starts with a bold vision, beefing up the trenches and turning the defense into a trusted backbone, while rebuilding critical areas of the offense. And so far, it looks like things are being handled with patience, strategy, and a clear sense of direction. On defense, a unit that had been a sore spot during the last stretch of Pete Carroll's tenure is finally starting to shift. According to Sam Robinson of Yard Barker, Seattle's defensive line ranked 21st in the NFL among all position groups, which might sound low at first glance, but it's a nod to the group's promising depth. Leonard Williams returns as the anchor up front, with Jarran Reed right beside him to keep the motor running. But the spotlight is firmly on Byron Murphy, the team's 2024 first-round pick, now entering year 2 with expectations sky-high as a cornerstone of Macdonald's system. With that foundation, edge rushers Boyd Mafe and Derek Hall, still on rookie deals, are set to benefit big time from all the attention the vets will draw. And if Uchenna Nwosu can stay healthy, Seattle's outside linebacker rotation could give opposing quarterbacks fits all game long. Adding to the mix is DeMarcus Lawrence, who comes over from Dallas after a tough 2024 season due to injury. At 32, he'll get a shot to prove he's still got juice, now in a scheme that demands IQ, burst, and fast reads, all of which Lawrence has in spades. Another key turning point came late last season with the arrival of Ernest Jones. The linebacker helped stabilize a run defense that had been in chaos. But for that progress to stick in 2025, the D-line, especially guys like Murphy, will need to take a serious leap forward. Defensive coordinator Aiden Durd, a familiar face to Lawrence from their Cowboys days, will be vital in getting the most out of this unit. His move to Seattle also signals a shift in philosophy that's just beginning to take root. And with a nickel-based setup like Robinson highlighted, the defense will need to stay nimble and adjust fast to Macdonald's system. If the defense is trending upward, the offense is going through a full-on rebuild. Starting with the wide receiver room, which has been completely flipped. DK Metcalf is gone, Tyler Lockett is aging, and the front office clearly decided to hit reset. The lone holdover from 2024 is Jackson Smith-Njigba, who showed flashes last year and is now locked in as WR1. Joining him is Cooper Kupp, the former Super Bowl champ, coming in as WR2. He brings route precision, veteran leadership, and the kind of short yardage reliability this young offense needs. The third name in this reshuffled receiver trio is Marquez Valdes-Scantling. He's had his fair share of criticism, and his one-year deal makes it clear this is a show-me season. According to head coach Mike Macdonald and OC Clint Kubiak, he'll need to prove his worth not just as a deep threat, but also on special teams. That opens the door for young guys like Torrey Horton Jr., Jake Bobo, Derek Young, and even undrafted rookies Tyrone Broden and Montre Foster Jr. to make their case. But one sleeper pick is catching everyone off guard, rookie tight end Elijah Arroyo. With the speed and polish of a true wideout, Arroyo is already turning heads in camp. In this reimagined offense, don't be surprised if Arroyo ends up being the real WR3, just wearing a different jersey number. Speaking of offense, the move that rocked the fanbase more than any other was the signing of quarterback Sam Darnold. He's got a 3-year, $100 million deal on the table, and the pressure is on to lead this squad to the playoffs. But that kind of investment needs protection to match, and right now, that's Seattle's biggest headache. The offensive line, particularly on the inside, was a disaster in 2024. Connor Williams' midseason retirement only made things worse. Heading into 2025, the Seahawks are placing their bets on 2 rookies and a handful of improving guys. First-rounder Gray Zabel is expected to take over at left guard right out of the gate. At center and right guard, Olu Oluwatimi and Christian Haynes are the frontrunners, though the coaching staff is giving reps to Jalen Sundell and Bryce Cabeldue to keep the pressure on. There's also talk of dipping into free agency to bring in a seasoned vet. The market isn't overflowing with plug-and-play options right now, but one name stands out: Brandon Scherff. The 5-time Pro Bowler is still out there and, while he's not in his prime anymore, he's been rock solid, starting all 17 games the past 3 seasons for Jacksonville. A 1-year prove-it deal could give Seattle the leadership and consistency this young group desperately needs. And with projections pointing to a $6.6 million price tag, it could be a steal, maybe even cheaper if the signing happens closer to camp. At the end of the day, what we're looking at is a Seahawks team in the middle of a full-on redefinition, and that's not a bad thing. Mike Macdonald seems to have a clear plan: build a fast, deep, and explosive defense while reshaping the offense with the right mix of veterans and emerging talent. Having steady voices like Kupp and maybe Scherff in the locker room should help smooth the transition. But make no mistake, Seattle's 2025 season will hinge on whether its young core can level up and whether Sam Darnold can finally deliver. The coaching staff is walking a tightrope, balancing player development with week-to-week competitiveness. In a division that's still wide open, Seattle could surprise a lot of people if the O-line solidifies and the new-look receiving core clicks. The defense, which struggled against the run early in 2024, showed signs of life after Ernest Jones arrived. If they can tighten things up in the trenches, there's real potential to keep building. Next stop? Training camp, where questions start getting answered, roster battles heat up, and the true identity of the 2025 Seahawks will start taking shape. Now it's your turn, 12s. What do you think? Should Seattle still go after more help for the offensive line, or do you believe in the young guns already on the roster? Could Elijah Arroyo actually become a key weapon in the offense? And is Macdonald's defense already the most promising in the NFC West? Drop your take in the comments. I'm reading everything. And if you want to stay locked in on everything happening on and off the field with the Seahawks, hit that like button, share this video with your fellow 12s, and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any of the action. This season's gonna be wild, and we're living it together, one snap at a time. Go Hawks!